Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this webinar where we're going to have a quick overview of the Qlik Data Integration Platform, a more recent addition to the Qlik portfolio, showing how the platform enables a data ops approach that accelerates the discovery and availability of real-time analytics-ready data by automating data streaming, automating refinement, cataloging, and the publishing of data ready to be consumed within your organizations. My name's Andrew Dinning. I'm a solutions architect here at Perfect Image. But let's get started into this afternoon's webinar. I want to start off by picking up on one of the words I've just mentioned there, and that is data ops and data ops for analytics in particular. And I just want to spend a little moment really trying to understand what is data ops and where does it come from and what is it all about. And you'll see from the quote we've got on screen here, data ops is an automated process-oriented methodology used by analytical and data teams to improve the quality and reduce the cycle time of data and analytics. And I've highlighted them two key phrases within there because I think it's key we understand actually why is this here? Why is data ops almost a thing? So let's maybe focus on that in a little bit more detail and really try to pick out why this is important. Now, there's a lot of words on screen here, but I think for me, we can summarize sort of why data ops and why a more data ops approach is important within organizations today. And it's because we need an effective process, because time within your organizations is of the essence. We don't have a lot of time. Analytics and data is moving at pace. Things are moving fast. We have new expectations that how quickly we should be able to get access to this data, how quickly we should be able to act upon this. We need this data at our fingertips. It's always changing. As we've said, things move quick here, and we need to be able to keep up. And it's never ever been more important to actually extract value from your data and obviously use that to keep ahead of your competition. Now, one of the key sentences for me as well within the paragraph we had on screen is actually where do these expectations come from? And you'll see here we can get answers online in seconds. Surely we should be able to get access to our own data in our own organizations within a similar time frame. I can sit here at home and I can quickly Google what's the weather. I can quickly ask my Amazon Alexa what's the weather like. What do I need to do today? What's on my reminder? And it's very easy for me within my personal life to actually get the answers to the questions I need instantly. And them expectations are coming through into business, and I should be able to, within my organization, get access to the data and the answers as quickly as I can within my personal life. So what I want to do is take sort of some of them expectations and sort of some of the key reasons why data ops is important within businesses today, and actually have a look at the data integration platform and understand actually what features of that data integration platform match up with these new expectations, these new demand within your organizations, and actually just highlight some of the features that are important to you and where it's really benefiting many other customers already using the Qlik Data Integration Platform. So the first one here is customers have a real-time data requirement. Now, this could be minutes or sub-second or instantly, depending upon their use case. But we've already said these new expectations, we need to get access to this data much, much quicker than we've ever had access to it before. Customers have heterogeneous source systems and don't want to be locked into one cloud platform. Thirdly, customers obviously seeing a lot of value in that fully automated solution and Qlik Integration Platform ability to do the data warehouse, the data mart, the data lake creation, and see the value which they get from that consumption layer, which requires little to no work for the BI analysts or data scientists to get the data they need. Again, really going back to that new expectations and actually that time of delivery and that time of the essence to really get the data we need. And lastly, the scale and stability of QDI It's relied upon by half of the Fortune 100, and Qlik's R&D team is ever embracing the ever-changing technology landscape. So, to put this into a little bit more context and really try to understand, okay, maybe what is this platform? Well, the Qlik Data Integration Platform generates real-time data streams at scale and importantly with very low impact from the original source systems. Sources that range from production databases, data warehouses, SAP and mainframe systems, as well as flat files and SaaS applications. The the Qlik Integration Platform delivers these data streams into all major target platforms. All data is then refined, merged, and enriched for your analytics and your AI and data science projects. So let's have a little look in more detail at those data delivery options I've just mentioned there. So in the first option, Qlik QDI replicates committed transactional data either in bulk or via real-time change data capture to relational databases ranging from MySQL, SQL Server, Kafka, flat files, whether those targets are on-premise or in the cloud. This supports a load of use cases such as migrations, reporting analytics, and more. The second data delivery option we mentioned a little bit there was actually the option which supports modern data warehouse automation. QDI delivers data streams to modern data warehouses such as Snowflake and Azure Synapse, using automated data delivery and modeling methods to empower your reporting and analytical activities. Again, reducing data cycle times, enabling you to increase your analytical velocity within your organization. You can manage all of these tasks as a single workflow, meaning you don't have to flick between different software tools and different windows, with the ability to use this data in a smart data catalog where you can have an Amazon store experience, allowing you and your organization to get to the analytical ready data that they need. The third option in there is that we can take data streams and stitch them together in a common format that can be readily consumed for analytics on big data platforms such as Amazon EMR or Azure HD Insight or Google Dataproc, giving you a meaningful data lake where you can consume analytical ready data. The QDI platform automatically creates, loads, and updates data stores and accelerates data sets ready for analytics. Because all of these capabilities are native to the QDI platform, again, you're able to consume and prepare real-time data for analytics with fewer software components. And as we said there, sorry, I forgot to click there. We can start consuming these in the tools you already have within your organization, whether that's visualization tools, data science tools, or AI tools, or whatever tools you already have within your organization. So I want to put this into a little bit more further context and really give you a brief software demonstration within here. And to be able to do this, I just want to set the scene a little bit and almost call upon an example here. So I'm going to act as if we're a large e-commerce organization. So obviously we have millions and millions of transactions on a daily basis going through our e-commerce web portal. Obviously, we sell a range of products within here, and people can come on and obviously order products as we all know and love at the minute. And obviously, my e-commerce website is obviously backed onto a database there. And as you can imagine, handling millions and millions of transactions, I can't afford for that system to go down, not work. As soon as my customer has a bad experience there, they're not going to return to that. And obviously, I can't do that. So this is really a mission critical database for me, because obviously this is handling in real time all of them transactional processes from my e-commerce platform. But naturally, I want to do some analysis of that. And I actually want to do some data science projects in there as well. I want to understand a little bit more about customer retention and customer churn rates. And again, I want to know what's being sold. Maybe I want to start producing some more information at my warehouses so they can understand demand coming through. But as I've already said, I need access to that mission critical database. But I can't just go and get it whenever I want, because again, this is a mission critical database. This is serving my customers. I cannot afford under any circumstances for that database to have any load on it, any capacity which is not essential. So this leaves me in a bit of a predicament, because actually now I can't better my business, I can't get access to the data I need to actually do any analytics within this. So this is where we're actually going to use the QDI platform. And what we're actually going to do is we're going to take this same scenario. I've still got my big e-commerce platform and my production database, and I want to get the analytics out of this. What we're actually going to do is add a database within the middle here. And what I'm going to do is, using that change data capture we've already mentioned, is actually when a transactional record, when someone goes onto my e-commerce platform, when they go onto my store and they purchase something, as soon as that database is written into that production database, I'm going to copy that data into a secondary database, which obviously is not as mission critical. I can use for my analytical processes. And again, we're going to do that in real time. As soon as that data hits that production database, it's going to copy that across using CDC into that analytical ready database. And then I can go and query this database as much as I want in real time. I can go do my data science projects. I can go produce all my analytics. I can actually increase the data we're pushing around the organization, because I can get my hands on it whenever I want in real time. Now, in purpose of this demo, what we're actually going to do is modernize some of my analytical workflows here and actually push these in the cloud. So I'm going to use a cloud database. I'm actually going to use an Azure SQL database for the purpose of that secondary database within there. And what we're going to work on is that we've got an on-premise SQL database for this mission critical database. Again, this could be a SAP database, and this could be a big mainframe system, whatever the case may be. But this is hopefully just to set the scene a little bit for the demonstration I'm about to present. So what we've got is, let me open up my QDI platform. So this is where we can start to set up new workloads and actually see the data processing and copying across within real time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create a new task. I'm going to give this task a name, and I want to call this, what do I want to call this? I'm going to call this real-time data copy. We've got some different options in here, and we can see, right, okay, what do we want this task to do? Well, actually, I want it to do a full load. I want it to go and copy across all of my old data, all of the data I've currently got in that production system. I want it to carry across. I also want it to apply changes. So as we've already mentioned, when a change happens on that production database, I want you to copy that across into that secondary database instantly. What I also want to turn on is store changes. So if someone goes into that production database, they actually update a record, or maybe they go cancel an order and delete a record, I also want you to capture that as well. I want full transparency. I want to know everything which is going on in that production database. So great, I can go ahead and create this new task. So I'll just hit OK now. Now at this point, we can say, right, okay, where do we want to copy that data to and from? I've already got my endpoints set up within here. So I'm going to drag and drop on my e-commerce system as my source. So this is where the data is going to come from. And as we've already mentioned, I actually want to push this and store this in a Azure SQL database I've already got set up within here as well. Now, at this point, I can say, okay, what data, what actual individual items of data do I want to copy across? So let's just go into my table selection. Let's maybe just go have a look at my sales information within here. And it's actually going to go and return here a list of tables which are available in that production database. So obviously we notice we've got some information around customers, invoices, transactions, order lines, special deals, etc. Great. Well, I'm actually interested in all of that. I want all of that data ready for my analysis. At this point, I can start to say actually what's my load priority, and I can go and change. Actually, maybe some tables are of higher priority, some are of lower priority. I'm happy just to keep them all as normal at this point. So I can go ahead and hit OK on that. Maybe at this point, actually what we want to do is maybe filter some of the data we copy across, or perform any maybe we want to perform some transformations on some of this data. So maybe if I was to open up my customers table within here, again, as we mentioned, we could maybe filter some of this data as it comes across. Maybe we want to start transforming some of this data as well. Maybe if we've got, I don't know, a first name and a last name, maybe we want to combine the two together. Maybe we want to start performing some calculations. Maybe I've got an individual unit price and I've got how many units they bought, and I want to calculate that total order amount within there. We can start doing them transformations as soon as we want to copy that data across as well. Not going to do any of them for now. And what I'm going to do at this point is I'm actually going to run this task. Now, for full transparency, let me just open up and show you guys my Azure SQL database. So as we come into here, you'll notice we've got a blank database at the minute. We've got absolutely no tables within here. Great. This is where this data is going to be published to. Let's move that out of the way. So at this point, when I press run, it's going to start on this task. And you'll remember within there, one of the first options I selected was actually to do that full load. So it's going to go into that production database as a one-off. And you'll notice here, it's actually finding them tables. It's actually finding out how many rows of data are actually in these tables. So customer transactions, we've got 97,000, invoice over 200,000. And it's actually just copying across them data, the data we've got in that production environment. So actually we can be ready to do that CDC change data capture. We almost need that starting point within there. And you'll notice as this data is being copied across, if I was just to open up my Azure SQL database at this point, you'll notice this data is starting to come across and it's starting to be ready to be viewed. So straight away, if I was to have a look at some of my customer data, you'll notice we've got customer data instantly ready to be reported upon. And again, if I was to flick back across here, at this point, we'll notice we've only got one table left. There we go. We've done that full load now. Actually, all of the information from that production data warehouse is now in my cloud database and we're ready to go. So at this point, I'm going to change on to my change processing. Now, this is really that interesting point. At this point, this is where we're going to actually view and see that data being changed in real time. So if I was just to minimize this down a little bit and let me go and open up another window within here, what you'll notice on the left hand side now is this is almost a little example of my e-commerce platform. So this is where I can go ahead and mimic some of the tasks which might be happening upon my sales website as we currently speak. So maybe someone goes ahead and orders a product within here. So someone goes ahead, they add that product in and they check out. So let's add that new online order there. Now, what you'll notice in here is actually in the QDI screen is under sales orders and now under order lines. You'll notice as soon as I press that button, we've actually inserted a new row into each one of them tables. So obviously there's one order there and they've bought one item in that order. So we've got one order line. But you'll notice as soon as that transaction hit that production database, it was replicated across straight into my Azure database, ready for my analytics. And this is really how we're increasing them expectations and actually the ability to execute on this real-time data. Again, let's step this up a little bit. So maybe let's add a couple of online orders. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a couple of orders. So this time, obviously, we added 3 new orders, and obviously there was multiple products within there because we've now got 12 order lines. But again, you'll see the speed of which as this data is actually replicated, ready for us to start using within our analytical workflows. Again, this time, let's maybe go and update an order. So actually a customer rang up, they ordered a product they no longer want. So we need to go and actually edit the order and get rid of one of the products within here. So again, let's go and mimic that task within here. And what we'll see within here, actually this time, under orders, we've now got a value of 1 under update because we've updated one of the rows within there. But again, as soon as we've made that change in that production database, it's replicated across, it's ready for this analytics within real time. Again, I mentioned we wanted to delete one of the orders within there as well, one of the products. So within order lines there, we've actually gone ahead and deleted one of the lines of data within there as well. Now, this is great, but okay, one order. I said to you earlier, I was a big e-commerce platform. I was receiving lots of transactions every minute, every hour. So actually this time, let's go and add lots of orders. And again, if I was to go run that there instantly, actually this time you can see how quick it actually managed to do much more than just 1 row, 2 rows of data. We actually went and added there just over 2,000 orders, obviously with 6,500 different product lines. And again, now this data is ready for my analytics. Now that's great, and we've already talked about them 3 different data delivery methods. And obviously the first one within there was committing them transactional records, which is great in what we've just seen. But actually now I need to model this a little bit more. Maybe I want to get this ready for a bit more of a data science project within here. So this is where actually I can start to take that real-time data, that real-time committed data, and I actually start to publish this into modern data warehouses. So in this example, Azure Synapse. And this is where we can actually go and take this data, we can model it, we can build out our different data warehouses and data marts and get that data ready for my business analytics. Once we've done that, we can then start to consume this data through that smart catalog we've already mentioned, Qlik Data Catalog. And within here, you'll notice when we come in, we're presented with this smart Amazon storefront like website where actually I can go and shop and look for some of the data I'm interested in. So here you'll see we've got actually a lot of different data sources within here. And we've got a really good set of robust search tools, which is really going to help me out here because actually I'm just interested in some sales and distribution data. So let's go and filter on that. And actually here, we've got some data coming from SAP, sales and distribution. Great, that's some of the data I'm interested within here. So as I press into this source of data, you'll notice I get a nice little understanding of what sort of data we've got in here, what's our field names, and actually go and press on sample data here to make sure this is definitely the data I expect it to be. And we can understand, okay, what sort of data have we got going on within here? Let's maybe have a little look at the data lineage within here. Where's this come from? Where's this being used? If I just go update my different levels within here, we can actually notice that this data source has actually originated in SAP. It's gone through QDI replicate, which is what we've just seen, that real-time data transform. This particular data source has actually been housed again within Snowflake. We do some modeling techniques on here, but we can actually then see it's gone on to be used within Tableau Desktop. It's been able to create some QEDs for some Qlik dashboards. It's actually being consumed within Qlik Cloud services as well. And it makes this really easy. You see, where's this data come from? Where's this data being used? If I was to maybe just go back for a minute, this is definitely the data I want. I can actually add this to my shopping cart, as we said. We could maybe go and have a look at some of the related data within here. And again, add more data to build up this bigger picture. But I think this is all the data I need for now. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and take action. And I can actually go and publish this into different data sets. Maybe I want to publish this, as we've already said, into Qlik Sense or Tableau or Power BI. Again, we're not just working with the Qlik Analytics platform here. And I can really speed up and take action upon this data in a matter of seconds. So I'm going to leave that there in terms of a very quick whistle top to a demo. And let me just jump back into my presentation. So let's take a moment to just summarize what we've seen there. I'm conscious we've gone through quite a lot in a very short amount of time. So QDI provides a real-time data integration architecture that allows you to capture large volumes of change data from a variety of different source systems and gives you the ability to create data workloads and apply these data changes in an analytical ready data format so that when we apply the data, it is easy consumed for analytics in real time to cloud platforms, and from there it can be cataloged for discovery and provision to BI analysts and data scientists. There's three main takeaways I want everyone to take away from today's webinar. The first one there is QDI is the leader in change data capture. The Qlik Data Integration Platform is a very progressive architecture that was built from the ground up for real-time data capture and data delivery. The second is with Qlik's tech alliances. QDI are trusted advisors of tech partners such as AWS, Azure, Google, and they've already migrated over 200,000 legacy databases and mainframes into these cloud environments. And the final is that QDI are leaders in the ease of use and automation. QDI allows you in matters of hours to build out the data models and create analytical data structures. We've seen how easy that can be from a quick demonstration I give there. And QDI also allows you to easy catalog, search and retrieve all of the data in their data warehouse and create data lakes at scale. Now, to summarize this a little bit more, as I've already said, there's been a lot of content there within the last 25 minutes. And really, if you want to understand a little bit more about this and go through it at a much slower pace and in a much more depth, and really understand how this could actually benefit you in your organizations, feel free to get in touch. At the moment, we're doing free analytic consultations. So obviously we can review everything within your business relating to data and really understand how this QDI platform could really enrich the processes you have within your business today. As I say, please feel free to contact us and get in touch for any information around any solution or anything Qlik related or anything data related. As I mentioned at the start, perfect image. We're actually Qlik #1 elite solution provider and have been for the last 3 years within there. All the contact details are currently on screen, so I'll leave them up for you to take down anything you need there. Thank you all very, very much for joining, and hopefully speak to many of you soon. Thanks.